spectate the game as soon as we start, and that way then you can also be watching with us. So go ahead and friend me on League of Legends, and then just spectate me after the game starts. And that way you can be a part of you can essentially be spectating with us if you want. So, but we have an instant Nasus ban. So Nasus, once again, not going to be played. A lot of these people are either new people that haven't played before, or are have only played a couple of games with us. So a lot of these champions that we're going to see, hopefully, will be very different. XD Parbear is a new person. Troy457 has been in here, I think, once before.
Yeah, he said I was actually talking to him, and he said he started talking to me and watching my stream for a bit, and he started talking to you and watching your stream a bit, but under different circumstances. And then we just met up, and
that's crazy.
He is the link between us. That
the missing link is Troy457. But we also have Get Wrecked Son, who has played very, very few. I think he's only played 1 or maybe 2 games before. I think he only played last game. I think last game was his first game that he played with us. Is going to be playing with us again. And Cut Sailor, a new time. So welcome to the stream. Thresh band, Tristana band, a lot of your classic champion bands.
Yeah, I believe these are the exact same bands as the queue that never was just a few moments ago.
Was except Yasuo, because of course that first pick,
yeah,
wasn't able to
he was hiding in the shadows. Now his name's actually there.
So what's great is I know Cassarus also in real life, our IRL, and his Sona is ridiculous. But not only is his Sona ridiculous, he gets his Sona, is that he's going to be trading that. But whatever Cassarus picks, he's going to be trading with No Skill Maniac for top lane. And it's crazy enough, No Skill Maniac doesn't know who he's against. So he's going to have to pick a champion that he's really, really comfortable with because he can be counter-picked. So we'll see what he decides to go with. In the meantime, Onla picking up the Blitzcrank. We saw that when Thresh gets banned, Onla picks Blitzcrank. And we'll see if her hooks, usually with Thresh's hooks, is on par with it, but you have to time it really well because the hook lands later than where the person is. With Blitzcrank, it's an instant thing. So sometimes you can actually over-predict where your enemy's moving. I get that all the time. And then we do have a LeBlanc also picked up. Get Wrecked Son picking her up once again. So the interesting pick so far this game, and maybe a Jax for that top lane.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here. And Jax is a good safe pick into a top lane. There's not all that much that counter... Ooh, Ryze is pretty good too, though. Ryze would be a counter to Jax, so maybe... Actually, I don't want to say that because then there's going to be those people that say, oh no, like my Jax can destroy that... But no, it's...
Countering is a hard thing because even if I've seen it before and I've done it before, you can pick a champion you're extremely comfortable with even if you're countering yourself and still play well simply because you outplay the enemy champion based upon the knowledge of your champion. Also, runes and masteries are a huge thing. Spell choices are a huge thing. So if you play your champion strong enough, regardless of whether you're counterpicking yourself, if you're comfortable on him, just go with him because, your general comfortable play is probably going to be a little bit better than them, even if you're logically counterpicking yourself. I love the Ryze pick, though. We've seen Ryze come in so many games here and dominate so well. It's always awesome to have it. We still have a Jax picked up.
So it's Ryze mid? Is it Ryze mid?
It may be a Ryze mid, Jax top lane, and Hiccup Z with the ADC Vayne on the bottom lane.
I can see that. Vayne. I like that.
They have enough stuns on their entire team between the Snare, the Rune Prison on the Ryze, the stun from Udyr's Bear Stance, and Jax AoE stun. They have enough stun that a Vayne would be so critical. She'd be able to get her triple Silver Bolts proc every single time.
You're drunk granny giving the Riven advice in the chat. Yeah. He said, "Oh, someone's playing Riven. This is my domain. I got to be all over this." So, I do like the Riven pick though.
I think
it can be.
Go ahead.
It can be very, very strong, especially with a Blitzcrank on the team. Blitzcrank pulls someone in. Riven just instant key burst, lock him up, shred him down. So, I like that quite a lot. Troy457 picking up that Lee Sin. Probably, he's one of the strongest junglers in the game. He always has been, and that's no different today. So
now he gets dominated though by an Udyr because of Udyr's Bear Stance stun. The thing about Lee Sin is that he wants his mobility. He wants to be able to jump to a ward here, move over there, and a team that can stun him is his downfall because he doesn't have that escape option or being able to initiate as well option. Jumps in on the ADC. Oh look, Jax is standing right next to the ADC. Here, have a stun, and you're dead. So I don't know. Both these teams are looking extremely strong. They both have a little bit of a tank lineup with the Udyr, Ryze, Jax one side for blue team. For red team, they've got the Lee Sin. Even Riven can kind of build tanky, and a Blitzcrank. But they also have great initiation and disengage. This is going to be a crazy game all across the board. I just don't even know what to say.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. I'm really excited to see these champs from both sides. And the Lucian pick is very, very strong as well. Right now, I'm not sure who I want to give it to because these teams aren't something you see very often. They have some new champs thrown in here, some very strange comps. Ryze in the mid lane with Ignite Exhaust. That's just something completely new. He's not going to have those flash room prisons, but he'll have a lot more kill potential, and he might not even need the flash if he throws down the exhaust, slowing the movement speed. It's just very, very different, and we'll see if it shows its strength.
Xenon Granny points out the fact that red team or purple team side has a lot of burst. They have so much early game damage between the Lee Sin, the Riven, and if someone gets hooked by Oma on the Blitzcrank, which we've seen her hooks are always up to par, if someone gets hooked, there's so much damage, they're going to die. But that being said, if anyone on Swagalicious' team, which I gotta love the name, is able to out-tank that initial burst, red team's going to have nothing left to use. They're all going to have to, once they've used that initial combo, they have very little they can follow up with. And if at least 2 people survive on Swagalicious' side, they could potentially clean up the whole fight, especially with a late game Hiccup Vayne playing. So I know I'm throwing it out there immediately. I want to get in on this. My vote is #Swagalicious. Not only for the team name, but because I love a Vayne play. I just gotta love when Vayne's play. But then also throwing it out there to my in real life buddies, No Skill Maniac and Casterus and Elite Badass, who is my broski, who donated $100 to the stream earlier. So there's no way at all that Team Red Side can win this. Straight up, it's not gonna happen. But tell us why Red Side, and then we got to run through champions and their players real fast.
Red Side has a lot of individual potential. Like, a lot of them have the ability to assassinate anyone, to dominate any lane, to just be super, super strong individually. But as far as their team composition goes and how well they can rely on each other for coordination, they have very, very little. So, I'm for the first time ever, I'm going to have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Blue team, Team Swagalicious.
We both come to
Okay, we're running out of time. We got to go through this real fast.
Real fast.
Blue team, Team Swagalicious. I'll go ahead. All right, we have No Skill Maniac playing Jax in the top lane, I think. We have Casterus playing Sona on support. We have Vigilant King in the jungle with that Udyr, taking a teleport. Elite Badass playing Ryze. Somewhere mid, and Vayne Hiccups on 80 carry. Go 8 seconds.
All right, for the red side, we've got Get Rex Sun playing the LeBlanc in the mid lane. We've got Oma on the Blitzcrank support in the bottom lane. We've got Parbear on the Riven in the top lane. We've got Troy 457 playing Lee Sin in the jungle, and we have a Crapsicles Lucian bottom lane ADC, which was who was it? I was so close, so close. You gave me like 8 seconds.
Look at your stream. Look at your stream. It's on a delay.
Oh, no, my stream... Oh, I'm not watching my own stream. I don't watch my stream at the same time because my stream is... it lags really terribly. But
I keep it in a little window just to...
Cut Sailor
the
playing
new guy.
the Lucian. I almost had it. Oh,
I left
so
you...
close.
Come on, I left you with tons of time. I don't know how you...
8 seconds is tons of time. Please, try me. Yeah, you could have done yours at like 10 seconds. I know you're like, Elite Badass playing the Ryze.
I had to make sure. I don't want to say something false. I have to make sure everything is correct. Like you don't want to make an untrue statement on stream. Like you got to take your time to ensure that everything's perfect.
He killed his hamster last week. Sona, turn your potato on. Apparently they're still in the loading screen. Yeah, we've got...
All right, so we go...
Again, in real life, Sona, he does play on a toaster. So that's why we can see at 1%, while everyone else is at 100%. He's 2%! Woo!
Alright, so Team Swagalicious versus Team Red. Begin.
Yes,
Perfect.
Silent Night Sona was forever ago when Sona first came out. I think it was her second skin ever available, and it was when the very rare, I don't even know how many of you guys remember, I know Chronofrost remembers because he's played forever, was the actual in-game snow skin. When they turned Summoner's Rift into a snow Summoner's Rift, that's when they released the Silent Night Sona skin. And Caceres, who loves Sona, has every single one of the Sona skins, and this is one of his favorites. Yeah, she doesn't have the boobies, but it's still a beautiful skin.
I mentioned in one of our earlier games today that Silent Night Sona is my favorite skin in the game. I didn't buy it originally. I played that map, but that was when I was first starting out, when they had the Christmas map. So I didn't know what champions I liked or anything, but so I missed out on the skin, and I always thought it was the most beautiful skin in the game, and I loved it. And when they announced that they were finally bringing back those skins for Christmas, I just lost my mind. As soon as the Christmas time came around, I'm like, I gotta buy all these Christmas skins. So I bought like $50 worth of Riot points. I'm like, all right, Old Saint Zillion, let's go. Silent Night Sona, let's go. Earnest Elf Tristana, bring it here.
Oh yeah, I've got that skin as well. Earnest Elf is so cute, but we can't forget to throw some out here. We've got Spirit Guard Udyr, Tribal Rise, which is a very rare skin to not only see in game, but to have is the Tribal Rise skin, Dragon Slayer Vayne, Muay Thai Lee Sin, and Hired Gun Lucian. So we were mentioning that there's always that Pool Party Lee Sin. Thank you, Troy457, for playing a different Lee Sin than the Pool Party Lee Sin, because we very rarely get to see other Lee Sin skins, and all of them are pretty freaking awesome. So the Blind Monk being Muay Thai Lee Sin. Muay Thai. And we're in game.
Well, you are. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
are
on.
you not in game
we'll make
yet?
it. Loading screen's almost done. It's thinking about it. I have the gauntlet. I don't have a mouse anymore. I have the little gauntlet,
okay.
So I'm
well,
halfway
you may
there.
jump in. I may have just jumped in early because none of the champions are moving yet. So I may. Sometimes my computer will jump in a little bit early. We'll figure out timing here in just a second. So Swagalicious versus Team Red Side, which the simplicity of Team Red Side sounds amazing. So
what's your game timer at? I'm at 9 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds.
Go ahead, keep counting.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
That's practically
19.
the same as mine. Mine did a little bit of weird jumping around. Again, because I kind of got in early, I did a little bit of weird jumping around, but now looks and sounds pretty fantastic. So I think we'll
all right, fantastic.
So, Jack's in the top lane, Rise in the mid lane, Udyr in the jungle.
Jake.
Yeah.
Look at the supports. Look at their items.
Did they? Oh, they both started Ancient Coin! Oh, Ancient Coin starts for the people. Yeah. Gotta love those. That's my favorite starting item as a support, and you guys just made me happy. A little bit of happy dance right there.
Actually, I gotta sort these champions around. On the little taskbar here.
Invade from red team. They went ahead and put that ward down. They want to make sure. Oh, but they're all walking over blue team's ward. There is a early ward. Jax actually got there in time enough to put his trinket ward in that pixel bush, and that meant they had full vision on red team's side and said, nope, sorry, we're not gonna fall for this invade. But now red team does have that timer reset on red buff, and they know whether the enemy team is going to be starting red buff or blue buff. But it does look like Udyr will be starting red buff this game.
Yeah, so I was really looking forward to an invade, or even if Blitz walked over and just pulled the buff to the other side just to be an annoyance. That would have been cool, but looks like none of that's going to happen.
That's my favorite thing to do on blue team's side, especially because you're so close to bottom lane. You essentially walk right over to the enemy team's blue buff. All you do is you pull, and then you GTFO out of it.
you just block it.
Run the heck away and go to that bottom lane. And all it does is it delays timer for the enemy team's ADC, jungler, and support, as they all then have to chase down this blue buff, help leash it again, and get it killed, and then head back to lane, which buys your ADC time enough to get, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minions, which then gives them a little bit of an XP lead, which then means you can snowball that into a dominating bottom lane. So, I don't know, I find it very, very worthwhile as a Blitzkrieg, especially if your ADC is already bottom lane, just waiting for those minions to show up.
Here's something interesting. Rise started Dorn's Ring. That's not something you see, because every Rise player I've ever seen has started Sapphire Crystal to build that early Tear of the Goddess. But this one's doing something different. He's got the Dorn's Ring. Maybe he wants the survivability, maybe he wants a little more damage early on. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it pays out. Riven going down huge in the top lane. Exhaust going down. Jax is going to be able to turn this.
Oh, she doesn't get the flash! Jax picks up first blood in the top lane. Riven went in way too hard and had to back off hard. Didn't quite have it, and now Lee Badass in the mid lane gonna get some chunks down back and forth between him and get Rex stun. There's a full screen grab through the minions. Hiccups, he pulled underneath the tower, but didn't auto attack the enemy champion, so didn't take tower aggro. Instead, only took a couple autos from Lucian, which is a huge deal. That could have easily been a kill in that bottom lane, but first blood over to blue team, and this has already been a crazy game already. Swagalicious coming out strong, getting that first blood in the top lane. What you were saying about Ryze is totally true, but I think it's because he's going for AP, not your typical tanky Ryze build. Yes, he wants mana, but if he can start with an AP lead in his mid lane, it would be really good for him. Now getting jumped on, uses the Rune Prison, not going to be enough, and that's going to be LeBlanc to give a kill, and another hook onto Hiccup, and does get shot by the tower this time. Very low health. I'm sorry for dominating the chat. Go ahead. It's been crazy.
It's okay. These hooks are crazy. Jax going in again onto Riven. I really like what Jax did there before, though. He hit hit level 2 before Riven. This is what allowed him to get the first blood. He saw that Riven, her broken wings are all down. She has used her spell. She has nothing now. This is my time to turn and my time to go all in. Exhaust went down. Ignite went down. He does not have the Flash Summoner, so he surprised her with an extra bit of engage.
Well, I think
throwing both summoners down on her.
Yeah, and I think that initial, such a hard engage with those summoner abilities is what caused her to freak flash. Like, she got scared and she did a flash and just flashed straight into the wall. Like, she didn't go anywhere with it because she wasn't, calmly calculating where she's going to flash, when she's going to flash. So that initial hyper engage from Jax really caused her to just jump, and that's what caused her to flash, and which gave him first blood. He may have gotten first blood anyway with the ignite ticking, hard to say, but regardless, great play there from the Jax.
This is what I was talking about beforehand with the lack of flash on Ryze. He has ignite, exhaust, and I was thinking, okay, so he has less utility because he has no flash. Is this going to pay off? And we see in the first case here, yes, it definitely does. Lucian being brought very low, but Vayne gets hooked again. Onla on point with these hooks, but Lucian, so low. He had summoner heal. He didn't use it. He did not expect that much damage from Vayne.
I didn't expect that damage. Not only Sona with insane poke from her Q, but also the follow-up last auto. I was like, there's no way Vayne's in close range enough, but she actually tumbled and was just in range for a last auto to come flying in and finish him at like 80 health, finish him off immediately. Jax now engaging, gonna get the stun onto Parbear, just force her back. 10 minions ahead. We also see this back in the mid lane. They are gonna go playing back and forth. Elite Badass Snare is gonna continue to get good damage, proc that passive from LeBlanc, the clone, but he's already almost 10 farm above her as well. So blue team, even though they lost one man in the mid lane, is still dominating when it comes to the CS and has done a fantastic job. But these fights are all over the map, back and forth so quickly. The onslaught on these blitzcrank hooks between minions is just incredible. Like, my mind is blown. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to pick up blitzcrank more often.
Yeah, that's insane. Lee Sin coming in here in the mid lane again. Is he going to take down LeBlanc? That was his only chance, but she gets out. Safeguard on her, going to help keep her alive. She's okay, though, and picks up another kill there. Ryze 0-2-0, picks up that chalice, and he's going for mana regen instead of mana.
It's a very different Ryze build than we commonly see, but I'm not opposed to it if it works out late game. What I like so far is this Lee Sin punishing Ryze in the mid lane for being a little bit weak and not going with that tankier build. And then on top of that, he knows his bottom lane's doing roughly with the Vayne 10 CS over Lucian, with Jax in the top lane 10 CS over Riven. So
he's way more than that.
Oh, well, sorry.
He's 25 CS ahead.
Goodness gracious. So what he's doing is he's making sure at least one lane gets fed. Oh, Parbear down to a third health there. He's making sure that especially the most bursty champion, LeBlanc, gets fed. If she gets fed, she can one-shot Sona easily, one-shot Jax.
One-shot
too much difficulty.
GG.
Pretty much can one-shot anyway. Haha, one-shot GG. You're so puntastical. I don't know. I like that Lee Sin deciding to do that and get the LeBlanc fed.
This Jax just dominating this top lane here. Riven is not able to do anything. Jax now level 6 with that extra passive, so that's a lot of damage coming out that he just did not have a level ago. He doesn't need to activate it. He just has a lot more burst that he can throw down, time with his other abilities to get in as much damage as possible. Riven is now level 6. With that Blade of the Exile, she might be able to turn something if Lee shows up. Jack's actually taking some tower damage. She needs to ult here. Ignite goes down. There goes the Wind Slash, and that's enough. Jack should have
way
used his ult sooner.
Late. Way too late. Doesn't get it down in time and goes down. I was going to mention ago, if that engage hadn't happened, I would have loved to see a trade between the LeBlanc and Riven. I think they could really make use of that. LeBlanc already slightly fed in such a distance champion to poke down Jax without any problem. And followed by Riven punishing the Rise for already being down so far in the game, being able to finish it off. But blue team, Team Swagalicious picking up a sneaky dragon. There's a pull. The flash instantly by Caceres, wanting nothing to do with that. Udyr and Rise are down here in the bottom lane, but they were walking on a ward, so they have been seen. There's the pings from purple team saying, hey, back off, red team, be careful, be careful. Rise headed to that mid lane. I would love to see a trade here from Riven and LeBlanc. I don't know if it's going to happen, though.
But Udyr doing exactly what Udyr does best, soloing those buffs early on. He does have double jungle items. He has that Spirit Stone, and he has the Madred's Racers. So that's just so much shred on neutral buffs coming out. He could have taken that dragon by himself. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Exhaust comes out way too late from Rise. He still may be able to turn this if LeBlanc goes in for one more spell. No, the last overload comes out from Rise. Not going to be enough. Condemn into the wall. Better watch she doesn't get hooked there. First rocket grab of the game that I've seen, misses.
Yeah, I know. Almost always on point with these rocket grabs.
But here comes the re-engage. Sona does have her crescendo up, though. Blitz taking a lot of damage from the minions. There goes the crescendo. He gets taken down. That's a kill for Vayne, but Lee Sin is here as well. I don't know if they're able to do this. Colin goes out for a bit of disengage. Vayne's still chasing, though. Gets Dragon Rage behind Lucian, lining him up for the Piercing Light. And Sona's got to get out of this. Troy, 457, going to land the red buff onto Sona. Going to cripple her soon as well. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike combo, landing down, but looks like she is going to get out. Jax going in for the dive in the top lane. So much action everywhere. Jax just going to run away from that one. Tower shots dealing nothing to him, the man with the suit of armor. He's going to back off, and how much gold does he have? He has just over 1,000 gold, so probably pick up a couple of daggers, return to lane, and keep the pressure on Riven. 40 CS in the lead in that top lane.
Coming around from the sidelines. Can he get a speed boost? He does have his ultimate up and available, so he could use that to speed boost. But Lee Sin showing up again. Sonic Wave gonna land. Gonna lock up the Lee Sin, though. Can Lee Badass get the kill?
Wow.
That is a beautiful, beautiful safeguard, and that's actually gonna keep both of them alive and force Rise to back off. So that was an amazing play by Lee Sin, distracting from Lucian, but it doesn't finish him off. And Lee Sin himself doesn't go down either. Now Vigilant King coming in here, trying to get some damage and to get Red Sun, but he might get wrecked himself. Another perfect pull by Alma means that Udyr is going down, which is incredible because right now, even though Swagalicious is ahead in gold by 1,000 in gold. They're behind in 2 kills. And this LeBlanc is getting massive. That's a blue buff that she just stole from Udyr, who just picked up that blue buff. And now she's 3-0-1 with a blue buff. That is a very scary LeBlanc.
Yeah, very frightening as well. Probably going to be finishing up those boots soon, or maybe picking up a Roth. Let's see how much gold she has. Okay, not much. So
not much. She's tried. So.
Yeah, no, she has about 600 gold on her right now. Probably looking to get those Sorcerer Shoes. She could even get Boots of Mobility at this point. She's so far ahead, wanting to extend that lead to other lanes.
Ooh, they don't know. Could be a grab here.
They might be able to do this. I'm not sure if they'll be able to, though. A lot of damage coming in onto Vayne. There goes the final hour. She's just going to try and stealth out of this one. Lucian, just so much damage, though. Meanwhile, in the top lane, the chase onto the tower there. Oh, he's gonna safeguard with like 20 health. That was so...
Jax. Rise is going to show up, though, and finish him off if you can find him. There he goes. I was scared he was going to walk away from him, like walk right past him. But no, in the bottom lane, Blitzcrank almost landed another beautiful hook onto Vayne to be able to finish her off. But that, the crescendo stops the culling. Sona lives. Rise engaging underneath the tower. Barbear takes them out with very little health to spare. Holy cow. This game has been action-packed beginning to end. That's why we don't have really a chance to go back and forth in shoutcasting. Usually there's a little bit of a break between fights to be able to hand it over to the other person and they do a little bit. But there's so much action, we get stuck casting for all 3 lanes because the action just goes back and forth and back and forth. Just ridiculous. But beautiful, beautiful job from both teams. They've evened up on gold. Only 600, 500 gold between these 2 teams. Swagalicious versus the red team. And the red team is ahead in kills, down by about 500 gold. We'll see if they can continue to turn what was a game easily in Swagalicious' hands, and they're turning it all around.
Yeah, so fantastic work by them. Lucian picking up that BF sword now. Very, very far ahead, returning to lane with that. we see 3 people in the middle lane. Are they going to do something? Lee Sin going in, trying to insect Udyr back into the team, but ends up just kicking him away to safety. Udyr going to pick up that ward there. Blade of the Ruined King picked up for Vayne, so finished item for her now. And Jax is still winning this lane, but they're making some very risky decisions up here. That's letting Riven turn on this. So Bilgewater Cutlass trying to disengage there, but Jax is quite low. Riven can do something here if she does it properly. Waiting for the counter-strike to go down. This was a great engage by her. Very, very well played by Riven there. Watching her enemies' cooldowns, engaging when he has no escape and no crowd control.
She played her abilities perfectly right because she used the last jump that she had. What's her Q called?
Broken Wings.
Broken Wings. She used her last Broken Wings to dodge the stun from Jax, knowing that his jump wasn't available, so he couldn't follow and engage with that. As soon as that happened, the stun happened, she then jumped. Oh, we got too late. Ola flashing to live. Gonna go down. That's gonna be Vayne picking that one
but
up.
the condemn into the wall to stop the culling.
Cut Sailor gonna go down. Culling would have finished off Casterus, but the condemn for Hiccup Z perfectly timed. What great outplaying both of these teams are doing. But as I was saying, Riven using the last of the Broken Wings and then turned and dashed back into him to instantly stun him to get enough damage down that when her ultimate came back up, she could finish him off before he could use his own ultimate. So I was just amazed by all of these teams' play so far. This has been fantastic. 7 kills to 11. Team Swagalicious slightly in the lead due to the incredible playing in that bottom lane, grabbing both the Blitzcrank and Lucian again.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be able to give MVP this game. A lot of damage going out. There's just been so much chaos all over the map. So many outplays, so many trades. There's just... Not all of this is going to stick. My mind's been blown already. Like, half of what I'm going to see is just going to pour out the other side. Udyr coming into the top lane with that bear stance is going to lock her up permanently. She's going to flash. Is she going to get out of this one? They're diving way too far. Broken Wings not going to... I don't even know what happens. The camera's panning around too fast. We can't see. There's so much action.
In the bottom lane, as red team engaged, Blitzcrank landed a great hook onto Stone, pulled her into the rest of the team. There are 4 members there as they're looking for Dragon now. They're able to kill her and take her out. In the top lane, Udyr tried to tank the tower. Jax went in to get enough damage plus Ignite to finish off the Riven. However, Udyr stuck around too long and got taken out by tower shots. One last tower shot finished him off as he was running away. And the red team capitalizes on that and finishes off Dragon as well as the top lane tower goes down. Both of these teams are playing on such a high level right now. I seriously have just my mind blown because they're going back and forth. Lee Sin stealing enemy team's jungle, doing a fantastic job there. They could try to re-engage here in the bottom lane, another 4-man push, or this LeBlanc, who is now 3-0-2, who is caught up in farm against this Rise, who is now 1-4, is just doing so well. Oh, Blitzcrank hook, that's the second failed hook of the game. Cuts condemned into the wall. Solo health, dashes, uses the heal. Can he live? No, the third proc from the Silver Bolts and Riven, too much to handle, and he's gonna finish off Blitzcrank as well. So strong, has Blade of the Ruined King now, so can use that to slow an enemy champion. I think she condemned the Lucian and then Blade of the Ruined King on the Blitzcrank, so that way she can guarantee both kills. So just amazing play there with the help of the Sona Speedsters. Gonna turn it on to No Skill Maniac in the jungle a little bit too long. He gets knocked all into the side with the Dragon's Kick, and that means he lives! As Get Wrecked Stun goes down. Rise picking up that kill. Vigilant King cleaning up the Lee Sin, and now turning it on to Parbear. The snare from Rise too strong. Double kill over to the Rise, picking up yet another kill. That's what Fleet Badass needed to come back into this game and do so amazingly well. 13 kills to 13, 4K gold, 5K gold in the lead. This game is just on fire.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Udyr could tell you that very, very well with that Phoenix stance of his. They're going to shred down this tower. It's going to fall super, super fast. This is going to extend blue team's lead even further. I should call them by their name. Team Swagalicious.
Team Swagalicious
is going to get even further ahead. They're going to, they could Baron. Udyr has the items. Along with Jax with that Blade of the, oh no. He has a Gunblade. He doesn't have Blade of the Ruined King. Never mind.
Yeah.
But Udyr can Baron so early on. It's very, very surprising how early he can do that with those double jungle items. So always something that red team has to keep in mind. Team Red.
However, I think Red Team has great re-engage, where if they did decide to take Baron, they would get kind of low health because of the Baron damage, and then Red Team, Lee Sin jumping over the wall. Riven can actually, with broken wings, jump over the wall as well. Blitzcrank hooks over the wall, pulls somebody. LeBlanc could jump over the wall. Lucian could dash over the wall. There's so many opportunities for Red Team to engage. Oh, almost getting another hook onto that Vayne, which would have been death with 4 members of Red Team here in the mid lane. They decided that since they lost bottom lane tower and mid lane tower, they're going to try to get this tower. Oh, the Dragon's Rage kick. Hiccup Z solo help with the crescendo on 3 members of Red Team. Caster is pulling it big. Red Team's going to have to back off. Are they in time? The Udyr coming with Bear Stance, going to stun Katsela. He's going to flash. He's solo help, man. Will he live? Oma solo help, going to try to speed boost away. Not going to live. Caster's actually takes him down with a long range poke. And then double kill over to Vayne, who finishes off both the Lee Sin and the Lucian. So when they disengaged Red Team and went through the river, she just followed. She has great chase fighting because she actually gets speed boost. Leave badass with the dance. She has speed boost when she's running towards enemy champions. And now that she's in the lead 8-2, she's just gonna steamroll.
Oh yeah, she is crazy strong right now. Meanwhile, Riven almost getting taken down by Vayne alone. The Rune Prison holding her in place just for a moment. Rocket Grab does go into Sona. She flashes out immediately. I can just see you like hands on the head. You can't comprehend how much action is going on. Neither can I.
It's back and forth. The Rocket Grab every time on Sona, but amazingly, I don't even understand how she has flash up every single time. Every time she's been hooked, she uses flash.
But still, this reduces the threat of the flash crescendo. For champions like Sona or Annie, you always have to count on their flash and know when it's going to be up again. Because the flash initiate from their very strong spell, like the crescendo or the summon Tibbers with the sun, is game-changing. That can win a team fight single-handedly. So now that they know that is down, they have probably 4.5 minutes now where they can engage and not have to worry about that.
Oh, Riven might be caught out here by No Skill Maniac. He's got the stun up and available. There's a nice stun. Rise as well coming from the sidelines. Better Bear running to the ally Troy, but Jax is going to follow her over the wall. Lee Sin kick disengages that whole fight. No! Fuck you. We're not going to do it. They are sitting on a ward, though. Oh, Lee Sin might follow up on this, jumping right back. And Lee Bad has Oma coming in. Speedy Blitzcrank. Going to hook No Skill Maniac in. Is he going to make it out alive? So much damage onto Parber. There's the silence as well. And Lucian shows up for an assist. No, he actually doesn't even get an assist. That's going to be Lee Sin picking up the kill. And now they might get Lee Badass as well. There's the calling from Lucian. One more shot. Blitz
doesn't even want it. He's like, you know what, Lucian, you can have this.
He's trying to give it, but he takes a lot of damage.
He didn't even get an assist. Blitzcrank's just showing up there just to, you know, be Lucian's cheerleader.
To be fair, he soaked up the snare and the Q from
Rise.
He
did.
Parbear being taken down so quickly. It was actually Hiccup tanking the tower with the stun help from Udyr. And that's going to be a tower gone between that Phoenix stance and the auto attacks from Vayne. Should be able to take out that tower. But now Troy, 457 half health, showing up here. Get Rex on, trying to burst onto Vayne. Will it be enough? Jumps back. Vayne could actually re-engage, flashing in. One more auto attack should be able to finish it. The hook from Ola not quite landing. But Lucian here showing up. Does get the double attack. But the heal from Hiccup Z keeps him alive. Vigilant King getting another assist, helping on that. And now just going to bear chance right back into Troy, 457. Vayne did so much damage as well as has red buff. But the turtle heal, they want this into him. But Parbear trying to get in, get a little bit of damage. Vigilant King caught out once again. Knock up, punch and stun. Can they finish him off? Last but not least,
Hiccup
right back in.
Out.
He's 4v5. Still very low health. The Dragon Rage kick off to the side. He is finally gonna go down, and Riven chases the Vayne down to finish her off as well. They get those 2 kills, but at the terrible cost of a tower and an inhib. They finally got both of those. Oh my gosh, I am so out of breath.
Udyr with that Feral Flare and that Trinity Force deals, well, tons of damage. So they can't deal with it. It took 4 of them to take him out, and Vayne got away still. Very, very well played from Vayne in every circumstance. They're almost taking down LeBlanc, just barely getting out alive. But look how the score is relatively even, but blue team has taken so many more towers just because of that split push Udyr, the split push Jax. They just have full control of this map, and that's what's given them their gold lead. 8,000 gold ahead, but only 1 kill ahead of the of Team Red here. So we do see the Ravenous Hydra now picked up on Riven, so that's going to be make her a lot stronger. She can fend for herself as it is if she plays properly. Riven's a champion you always need to rely on outplaying your opponent, watching their cooldowns, choosing the correct time to engage. So with that Hydra, she's going to have a bit of sustain as well from that. Udyr just doing his best to counter jungle. Blitz is going to try to interrupt that. Never mind, just going to walk right on through. But it's... Oh, Udyr has a sight set on Lucian there. Maybe not going to go in. Cullen going out, just soaking up those siege minions.
To note here, while only 1 kill ahead, Swagalicious is 10,000 gold in the lead, which proves that that early game farming has done so much to help. Nice snare going on to Troy 457, knocking him to half health. That blue buff Rise just gonna back off.
Vayne coming in though, she might get pinched in between 3 members.
Ooh, 3 members of red team here. They're gonna put a ward down there, catch Elma out. Oh, solo health, just so much damage. The silence as well pulls Vayne to himself, gonna go down, but that means can it engage on this? Riven jumping straight in. Hiccup Z trying to outplay both of them. Goes Jukes into the bush as the Lee Sin kick knocking them back. So yeah, Vayne didn't go down. Possibly between 3 members of red team. Troy 457 now trying to back off. Flashes just before the bear stance hits him. Can he get all the way underneath this tower? Uses that E to slow down Udyr. Not gonna be enough. Udyr just runs right through and picks up another kill. Superman is pushing in the bottom lane. Casterus takes the tower. Doesn't even give a crap. There, Get Rex Sun dashing just off to the side, using the ultimate as well to make sure that she get back to the base. But standing under the inhib, I think typing something to her teammate when that happened. And now the tanky Udyr and Jax showing up here, going to take out towers 1 by 1 with the help of these super minions. Red team could re-engage here and get a couple kills.
I just have so much to talk about. There's no time. There's so much action going on. So we see Sona in this base here, going to flash out of that one. Sona flash up again. Crescendo coming out, locking up Get Rex on. Here comes the pull. Not the one they wanted to pull over, though. LeBlanc gets just bursted down. Rise taking down towers in the top lane. Counterstrike going in, locking up members as well. Everyone just I can't even tell what's happening here. Exhaust going down onto Riven. Vayne comes out with the double kill. I don't know what happened, but... You know, blue team's in the lead, so...
Vayne just absolutely dominated. The lockup between the Sona, the Udyr was enough.
Will this be the quad?
Auto attack from a distance. She might get a quadra kill off the side. They actually gave... Oh, he got the kill. She got the quadra kill, but she had to go in underneath the laser to be able to get the kill, which meant the laser finished her off, and Lucian picked up that kill. Doesn't matter.
I would say worth.
This Udyr, Vigilant Clean, playing Trick 2G, may get it, maybe not. Oh, LeBlanc actually misses her jump over the Nexus, isn't able to get it, snares Vigilant King, and they take him out. So the game's not over just yet. Riven leaping in on Elite Badass. Carbear doing so much damage, uses the Wind Slash, and that's going to be enough to finish him off as well. Great job there.
They gotta defend that top inhib.
They're not giving up yet. Huge props over to this team. They could, Team Red Side could have given up. They could have called it quits. All it would have taken for LeBlanc to sit at that base and say the game's over, there's no reason to continue, let's just give it up. But no, they're fighting it. Inhibitor came up as well in that bottom lane. So now they're gonna have to take an inhibitor before also getting to that Nexus. Not a lot, but still something for Red Team to work off of. No Skill Maniac caught out here. Nice knockup from Blitzcrank, the silence as well. Can it be enough? A pull is gonna make him close, as well as the Dragon Rage kick. There's so much CC. He has the gun down, he has the team crescendo from Casterus. He's both of them locked up. He finally goes down. He's able to take Riven with him, and now both of the red team back off. Oh, Blitzcrank tried to sneak hook over the wall. Casterus not close. Going to be able to walk away from that one. So what incredible re-engages here from both these teams. This crescendo from Sona, as I was saying, he plays Sona all the time, absolutely loves her favorite champion. Just always on par. Has never hit less than 3 champions at least, and that is amazing.
I was right about to...
Go ahead.
I was right about to say there. This is exactly what Team Red needs to come back in this, picking this Jax off. But Sona comes in with the crescendo, locking him up, and they managed to trade 1 for 1, which is fantastic when he's being caught out in a situation like that. So they're just trying to wave clear here. All of the inhibs have respawned. They're trying to push up the lane. Meanwhile, Udyr on the bot side, with that Trinity Force of his, is just shredding through the minion waves. He has the Zephyr as well, so he's going to be even harder to lock up. With that extra tenacity
the hook almost grabbed the Vayne, but Hiccups, he tumbled at the last second.
Just like scratching Vayne's nose there. I think LeBlanc might be caught out here, though. She has nowhere to go. All her distortion's not doing anything. Udyr has his sights on the right one. Lee Sin helping out again.
Another kick.
There's the rocket grab.
He's going to go down. Blue team now coming around from the sidelines. Can they finish it off? They lost their tankiest member of the Udyr. Caster is going to try to help Hiccup Z to be able to pick off this inhibitor, which they should be able to without too much problem. Red team has to go back and heal. However, I don't think they can fully re-engage on this. They don't have that tanky Udyr, and Jax is all the way up in that top lane. Now's the opportunity for Blitzcrank to land a hook. Riven going straight in, perfect on a Hiccup Z.
Just lands the stun. There's the rocket grab.
Hiccup Z pulled straight in, so much damage. The calling. They get Crescendo Persona over the wall, but they're just gonna flash over the wall to re-engage. Troy as well. Cut Sailor, so much damage. Leap Badass being taken out very close. Casterus on that Sona trying to keep him healed up, but not gonna be enough.
Wow.
The full team ult for Rise, so much damage. He clears up the Lee Sin, but not quite enough. Even going that AP Rise isn't quite enough, and LeBlanc already back is in that top lane to clear those minions and tell no to No Skill Maniac. You can't get in here. I completely disagree with who was it in my chat that said Lucky Friday 13 saying that blue team could have won right there. I don't think so, because I think Troll Inhibitor in the bottom lane, that was the only inhibitor down when Udyr was on that Nexus, and they didn't, the inhibitor, sorry, came up. So I don't think he would have been able to clear the Nexus off in time. And so I don't think they could have necessarily won. There's a lot of opportunities for both of these teams though, especially obviously blue team to do so well and finish off the game. But every single time red team makes them pay. And that amazing Riven cleared the minion wave to open the door for the Blitzcrank rocket grab to be able to pull Vayne right into 4 members of the enemy team, and they instantly cleared him out. So what an incredible job here.
Udyr going into the base, 1v5. This might be a little overzealous. He's trying to finish off the Nexus, but it's not going to work. The Zephyr is not going to get him out of this one. The last lone tower going to fall. All towers have fallen for Team Red now. This is where they have to re-engage. If this inhib falls, they're going to be swarmed by like 3 waves of Superman. It's 4-man Crescendo landing there. The summoner heals are coming out, trying to keep everyone alive, but Vayne is just wrecking everyone from the back, flashes in for the extra damage onto Lucian, chasing him down. That is an ace. Team Swagalicious has taken them all down. This is the game, and that was probably the best game I've seen in a very long time. Just over 60,000 gold for blue team. They take that victory, secured. I'm speechless. That game was fantastic.
This is what I want to mention here, because this is jaw-dropping when you look at the facts. It's under a 30-minute game, and there's over 60 kills. That's 2 kills per minute in this game. 2 kills per minute. That's a lot of kills. Both these teams played incredibly well. While Team Red side was on the lower side, on the back end, on the back foot, that's what I was looking for, the back foot for almost the entire game, they still came out huge and ended up almost tying up in the number of kills at least, and not too bad off in gold either. My voice is absolutely shot at the moment, but oh my gosh, if that Sona Crescendo had not landed on 3 to 4 members of Red Team at the very end of that game, I think they could have turned and won, because they had so much damage. They instantly nuked Jax down. They probably could have found Vayne, nuked her as well, followed with the Sona, and I don't know, they would have had at least an opportunity to come back. But that Sona Crescendo sealed the deal when it hit 3 members, because I don't think it hit Lucian, but it caused him to dash off to the side with Relentless Pursuit instead of dashing into the team, and that was what gave the game over. So, whew, MVP for freaking everyone. What
I know,
even?
like that's I was trying to say that through the game, but I didn't even have enough time to get the words out of my mouth. I don't even know if I can give MVP this game. It was just so chaotic all around from everyone. I can't do it.
It's just crazy. Just crazy. So a lot of people asking me for invites into this next game. So you shoutcasting any games? Yes. On my stream. People, if you want to check out whether I'm shoutcasting, just jump on my stream. So I'll be able to play again. Parbear coming in again. So the chosen
Take a
one.
look at this damage dealt to champions.
We're gonna
you can't see it anymore, but
no,
Vayne has more than double the damage of everyone else. I have the chart up on my stream here.
Yeah, I see it. Almost 34,000 damage to the enemy team champions alone. That's not just damage dealt. If we go over to damage dealt, Udyr actually takes the lead, not only for tanking the dragon, but also the Baron and all of the minion buffs that he did as well. Oh, I guess technically that counts as towers, and he really focused towers that game on top of it. So 184,000 total damage that Udyr did. Just jaw-dropping stats, jaw-dropping stats. So, okay, if we were to try to give MVP,
Oh
for
man.
the losing team. Try. Okay, give top two. Give top two. How about that? We'll give 2 MVPs because both teams were just amazing. I can't even say how many times that it was freaking amazing between these 2 teams. Just try. Pick 2 people.
That might make it even harder. I know Lucian did neutral. He did quite well all the way around. I saw the. He was always where he needed to be. He farmed quite well. He has quite a nice score. I don't even know how to. And then there's Riven. I just have so many thoughts. They're pouring out like every orifice on my head. So I don't know. Riven did very well too. She was behind in lane, but managed to wait for the right times to outplay her opponent. Watching the cooldowns, singing like it's. I can't do it.
You can't do it. Okay.
I'll just say Riven. My vote is Riven. I'm not going to give an explanation because that is far too complicated.
Here's what I'm going to say on this. I'm giving double MVPs because we're doing 2 MVPs because the team has just played so incredibly well. MVP over to Parbear for, and here's the reason why. You kind of nailed it a little bit. The words were struggling. Was she was down hard at the beginning of the game. She lost a death. She was down like. Jax had 50 farm to her like 17, so he had over double her farm at the beginning of the game, and yet she outplayed him well and came back. No, yes, she didn't win, but she, I would say honestly, kind of won her lane because even being down so far, a death and that much CS, she still came back and was able to not only kill him every time that they had a 1v1 engage, but also helped out the rest of her team. So to come back from such a losing lane when you're on an island 1v1, Ryze only came up there once or twice, Udyr came up once or twice. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of the rest of the team. Lee Sin came up a few times, but usually top lane's an island on their own. And to lose that much could cost you the top tower, the second tier tower, and maybe the game. But instead, she came back and did a fantastic job at that. And then, second MVP over to Anla on that Blitzcrank for those early game hooks were just gorgeous. Twice, she hooked the Vayne in the midst of minions. Like, full minion wave, Vayne's over here and she hooks them. I could not pull that off in a million years, and Anla was on par with that. And that's what helped her and Lucian 8, 7, and 5, start to steamroll that bottom lane. However, the Vayne late game, so strong, came back, as well as with the helpful ganks from Udyr, just too much. And they eventually lost that lane. Again, even on the losing side, they still played a solid game. For the winning team, it's easy enough to say Vayne. On the Hiccup Z, on this Vayne, 17-5, played a total domination game. But honest to goodness, MVP given over to Sona for those crescendos. Again, every single time she crescendoed, 3, 4, 5 men enemy team members all stunned for an extremely long period of time and set up for a wipe across the plate, clean up the enemy team. She played so well in synergy with Vayne as random players. I would be like, dude, you guys need to go into like duo queue and just get to plat right now because you guys played so incredibly well. If you look at Vayne has 18 or 17 kills, Sona has 18 assists. Vayne has 4 assists. Sona has 3 kills. Add those together, and they're exactly the same. They pretty much just went together everywhere and crushed everywhere they showed up and just did so well. So, honest to goodness, Sona for MVP, but huge shout out to the rest of the team for just playing an amazing job. What are your thoughts on it before we go into this last game?
Well, I just got banned from talking in your channel by trying to type my stream link.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, don't do that. Okay, here, I'll type your stream link here.
That sounds good.
Tell me. I need to put you a mod on my channel so that way you can post links. I'm going to do that right here. Chrono Frost. Where are you, Chrono Frost? We're gonna mod you. And oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, wow, actually, I typed into your channel. What am I
Oh, good. So I'm a mod on my own channel. Thanks.
No, I typed your link into your channel.
Oh.
I'm
I keep disconnecting from my channel.
Oh, that's sad.
I do it to your. It happens to yours sometimes too. There we go. All right. Testing.
So we're gonna OP user. That way you can post links. Now you can post links on my channel. Well, you should be able to for some reason. There you go. You've added Chrono Frost as a moderator 600 times. Good.
All right, so we're set.
Okay, are we going into our third and final? Technically, neither of us have to do 10 push-ups because the team that we thought was going to win, Swagalicious, won it. So
Yeah.
neither of us have
So
to do 10 push-ups.
I'm gonna sleep well tonight after that game.
Oh my gosh!
I'll tell you that much.
Talk about the top of the tier games right there. That